Hello everyone, I'm Devanshu Sharma and I'm back with another one-shot revision class. This time we are going to study mensuration for class 8. So the topics that we are going to cover is perimeter and area, then surface area, then what are the different solid shapes or the 3D shapes, and finally volume and capacity. So without any further delay, let's start the topic. So firstly, we'll start with perimeter and area. This topic you guys have already studied in 7th class. Okay, but we'll do a quick revision of the same. So what is perimeter? Is the distance around the edge of the shape, okay, or the boundary ka length. And what is area? It is the amount of space taken by a 2D shape. It is the region that is enclosed in a 2D shape. Okay, so area is the part of the plane enclosed by a simple closed rectilinear figure and is called the region enclosed by it, and the measurement of region is also known as its area. Okay, the area of the region enclosed by a square of side 1 centimeter is called the square centimeter, and it is written as 1 square centimeter, and 1 centimeter square or 1 square centimeter is the standard unit of area. Please remember this. Okay, now let's discuss what are the different conversion of measurements and what are the different measurements for area. So basically 1 meter square is equal to 1 meter into 1 meter क्योंकि meter square है, and it can be written as 10 to the power 4 centimeter square. 1 decimeter square is equal to 100 centimeter squares. Then 1 hectare is equal to 100 acres or 10 to the power 4 meter square, and 1 kilometer square is equal to 100 hectares or 10 to the power 6 meter square. So please note all these things down, all the different measurements for area and how to do the conversion of the same. This table would be very useful for this. Okay, great. Now, perimeter and area of a rectangle we already know. So the perimeter should be equal to twice of length plus breadth, and the area is equal to length into breadth. Now, if we talk about this particular formula, तो यहाँ से we can derive a lot of things, right? So in this, length would be equal to area upon breadth, breadth would be equal to area upon length, and if we talk about this particular diagonal, so this is our length and this is breadth. So we can follow the Pythagoras theorem and we can say that the diagonal is equal to under root of length square plus breadth square. As simple as that. Okay, next, if we are talking about a if we are talking about a square, we need to follow the same process. So if the side of the square is A, the perimeter should be equal to 4A and the area should be equal to A square. Okay, and if we talk about the diagonal, तो a square plus a square का under root, तो under root of 2a or under root of 2a square, whatever you feel like. Okay, great. Now, area and perimeter of a parallelogram. Area of a parallelogram is base into height, and perimeter is equal to summation of two adjacent sides whole multiplied by 2. Okay, and similarly in a parallelogram ABCD, this is called the base and this is called the height. Okay, great. Now if we talk about a rhombus, rhombus का area बहुत simply calculate होता है half d1 into d2, where d1 and d2 are the diagonals of the rhombus. Okay, or perimeter, तो obviously it will be 4 into sides because all the sides are equal. And if we want to calculate the side, see the area is half d1 d2 and this is equal to the area, and if we want to calculate what is the side, that is equal to half d1 square plus d2 square का whole under root. Perimeter is equal to side into 4, तो उस वजह से perimeter 2 into this entire thing. Then if we are talking about the area of a triangle, the area of a triangle is half into base into height, and if we are talking about an equilateral triangle, the area is root 3 by 4 into side ka square. And if we want to calculate the height of an equilateral triangle or the altitude of an equilateral triangle, that is root 3 by 2 into side, and where the area, the triangle ABC may B is the base and H is the height. Okay, like the figure we can see. Great. Now area of a circle and circumference of a circle. Circumference is equal to 2 pi r, which is also the perimeter of the circle. Circumference नाम use करते हैं instead of perimeter in case of a circle. And area is equal to pi r square. Diameter is twice of radius. Great. Now let's do a few questions on these, on the formulas that we have just discussed. So the length and breadth of a rectangular field are in the ratio of 3:2. Okay, and at the time of comparing quantities, you must have read that if the ratio is given as something, let's say 3:2, तो आप दोनों चीजों को 3x और 2x assume कर सकते हो. ओके, सो लेंथ को मैं अज्यूम कर लेता हूं 3x एंड ब्रेथ को अज्यूम कर लेता हूं 2x. इफ द एरिया ऑफ द फील्ड इज 3456 मीटर स्क्वायर, वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट कॉस्ट ऑफ फेंसिंग अगर रेट दे रखा है तो. So I can say that the area of this rectangle should be equal to 3x into 2x, which is 6x square, and area is already given in the question, which is equal to 3456. So x square कितना आएगा 6530, 6 like this divided by 6, and 6 into 530, 6742, 6636. 576 is the value of x square, and we can say that x would be equal to 576 का under root. Okay, and 576 का under root is equal to 24. So 24 is the under root of 576, and we can say कि हमारे पास length और breadth आ जाएगी 3 into 24, that is 72, and 2 into 24, that is 48. So we got the length and breadth. Now we need to calculate what is the perimeter, that is twice of 72 plus 48, which is 2 into 120, which is equal to 240 meters. और अगर मुझे कॉस्ट ऑफ फेंसिंग निकालना है, आई विल मल्टीप्लाई दिस 240 विद 3.50. दिस विल बी द टोटल कॉस्ट ऑफ फेंसिंग. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. So it is saying that the cost of turfing a rectangular field is 85 paisa per square meters is 624.75. तो अगर 85 पैसा पर मीटर स्क्वायर लग रहा है तो मुझे टोटल कॉस्ट 624.75 आएगा. तो मैं एरिया कैसे निकाल लूं? एरिया शुड बी इक्वल टू 624.75 डिवाइडेड बाय 0.85, right? This is the total area. Now we have to find out the perimeter of the field if sides are in the ratio of 5:3. This should be equal to, like in the last question we did, this should be equal to 5x into 3x, and we will be able to calculate what is the value of x like we did in the last question, और फिर perimeter निकाल सकते हैं. Okay, great. So this is the next question. So in this there is a shape which is given to us, and this is the rectangle, and at the end there are two semicircular regions. Okay, so if this breadth is 7 meters, so the radius should be equal to 3.5 of the semicircle. It means that this is 3.5 and this should also be 3.5. तो अगर हम खाली रेक्टेंगल की बात करें तो ये जो लेंथ ऑफ द रेक्टेंगल होगा दैट शुड बी द टोटल लेंथ 20 माइनस 3.5 माइनस 3.5 मतलब 7, विच इज इक्वल टू 13. ओके, और उसका जो ब्रेथ है दैट इज 7 meters. ओके, सो एरिया ऑफ द रेक्टेंगल शुड बी इक्वल टू 13 into 7, दैट इज 91 meter square. एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. अभी दो अलग अलग सेमी सर्किल्स का एरिया निकालने से अच्छा आई वुड रादर से एक सर्किल का एरिया निकाल लो, बिकॉज 2 सेमी सर्किल्स इज इक्वल टू 1 सर्किल, राइट? तो एक सर्किल का अगर एरिया निकालूं that should give me 22/7, that is pi, into r, which is 3.5 into 3.5. ये 2 से कटा और ये 11 से कटा. Okay, so the cancellation follows like this. So 11 into 5, 55, 11 into 3, 33 plus 5, 38. So the total area of the entire structure would be equal to 91 plus 38.5, which is 129.5 meters square. Similarly, we can calculate what is the perimeter of the garden. First of all, this is 13. ओके, दिस इज अगेन 13 और हम इनका सर्कमफेरेंस कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. Perfect. Let's move on to the next question, which says that find the area of a rhombus having each side equal to 13 centimeter and one of whose diagonal is equal to 24. So let's say that this is the rhombus that we are talking about. So if one of the diagonal is 24, and we know that in rhombus the diagonals bisect and are perpendicular to each other. तो let's say this is 12 and this is 12, bisect भी होता है ना, और ये 13 है. So if we talk about this राइट एंगल ट्राइंगल, क्योंकि परपेंडिकुलर भी है बाइसेक्टर्स दिस डायगोनल्स. सो अगर मैं पाइथागोरस थ्योरम लगाता हूं, so 13 square minus 12 square which is 169 minus 144 which is 25 और उसका अंडर रूट करना पड़ेगा, मतलब this is 5 तो ये भी 5 आने वाला है. Now it is asking find the area of the rhombus which is half into d1 into d2. So half into एक diagonal 24 और एक diagonal 10 which is equal to 120 centimeter square. That is the area of the rhombus. Great. एक और क्वेश्चन देखते हैं. फाइंड द एरिया ऑफ द शेडेड रीजन एज शोन इन द फिगर. सो अगर शेडेड रीजन निकालना है, कहना है इसे कि पूरा जो स्क्वायर है उसमें से दो सेमी सर्किल माइनस कर दो. सो स्क्वायर का एरिया कितना होगा? 14 इंटू 14. और दो सेमी सर्किल का एरिया कितना होगा? 2 इंटू एक सेमी सर्किल का एरिया हाफ पाई आर स्क्वायर. सो हाफ इंटू पाई into the radius should be 7, क्योंकि अगर ये 14 है तो radius should be 7. 7 into 7. Okay, 7 से 7, 2 से 2, तो 14 into 14 196 minus 154. So the answer should be equal to 42 centimeter square. Okay, so that should be the correct answer. बहुत simple होता है. You just have to remember a few formulas and you are good to go. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic, that is area of a trapezium. So a trapezium is a quadrilateral whose two sides are parallel. मतलब खाली दो opposite side, दो pair of opposite sides होते हैं, उसमें से एक pair parallel होता है. Now if we talk about what is the area of a trapezium, the area is equal to half into, let's say that this is the h. h मतलब the distance between the parallel sides. So half into distance between parallel sides into summation of the two parallel sides. मतलब in this case AB plus CD. मतलब आपको क्या पता करना है? दो चीजें पता करनी है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, जो दो पैरेलल साइड्स है उनका समेशन ले लो, multiply it with the distance between the parallel sides and divide it by 2. Okay, as simple as that. Let's do a question on area of a trapezium. So the area of a trapezium is given as 105 centimeter square and the height is also given. So I would say that area is equal to half into height into AB plus CD, which is the summation of the parallel sides. So area is given as 105 is equal to half into the distance between the parallel sides, which is 7 into AB plus CD. So after doing the calculation, the AB plus CD would be equal to 30. Okay. Now, if one of the parallel side is longer than the other one by 6 सेंटीमीटर्स, तो अगर एक साइड दूसरे से 6 सेंटीमीटर ज्यादा है, मतलब लेट्स से AB CD से 6 सेंटीमीटर ज्यादा है, तो मैं ऐसा बोल दूं AB माइनस CD इज इक्वल टू 6. अभी ऐसा करते हैं, इन दोनों इक्वेशंस को ऐड कर देते हैं. लेफ्ट हैंड साइड को लेफ्ट हैंड साइड से ऐड करेंगे, राइट हैंड साइड को राइट हैंड साइड से ऐड करेंगे. तो अगर CD और CD तो सब्ट्रैक्ट हो जाएंगे, मतलब 2AB is equal to 26 and AB would be equal to 13. और अगर मैं यहां से देखूं, AB अगर 13 है तो CD कितना आएगा? 30 minus 13 which is equal to 17 centimeters. So we are able to get what are the two parallel sides, 13 centimeter and 17 centimeters. Great. Now let's talk about a general quadrilateral and the area of the same. So if we talk about this quadrilateral ABCD, where H1 and H2 are the heights or the altitudes which are given of the two triangles, and we can calculate the area of this इसका एरिया कैसे कैलकुलेट करूं? सिंपल सा, half into this will be considered as base and this will be considered as height, तो half into AC into H2. Similarly इसके लिए भी half into AC into H1. So total area of the quadrilateral would be equal to इन दोनों का summation. तो मैं ऐसा लिख सकता हूं half into H1 plus H2 into जो भी diagonal है AC जिस पे perpendiculars drop हुए हैं. Great. So let's see a few questions. So in this I can do the calculation as iska or iska half into the diagonal which is given as 5.5 into the two perpendiculars that are dropped on the diagonals are 2.5 and 1.5. So this is half into 5.5 into 4 which is 11 centimeters square. Perfect. Okay. Great. Abhi, if I want to calculate the area of let's say this quadrilateral, so in this what we can do, this is a rectangle or a square, right? This is a rectangle or a square. So what we can say, अगर ये 5 है तो ये भी 5 ही होगा. Okay, तो इसका मतलब बचा हुआ 3 यहां पर होगा. And in ECB इस triangle में we can apply Pythagoras. अगर ये 5 ये 3 तो ये 4 होना चाहिए. तो हम इसका एरिया बोल सकते हैं 5 into 4 that is 20 meter square और इसका एरिया बोल सकते हैं half into 3 into 4 that is 6 meter square. So total area of the quadrilateral would be equal to 20 plus 6 that is 26 meter square. That is the area of the quadrilateral. Okay, so let's move on to the next part, that is the solid shapes. So there are a few solid shapes that we have already studied like cuboid, cube, cylinder, then sphere or a cone. All these things which we have already studied, right? Okay, so this is a cube that is visible to you. In this, there are 6 faces. Okay, so this is the top face. This one is the bottom face. This is the side face, again a side face, then front face and the back face. So we can say there are 6 faces and all the 6 faces are rectangular in nature. So all 6 faces are rectangular and the opposite faces are identical. So there are 3 pair of identical faces. We can do something like this in a cube also. यहाँ पर भी 6 faces है, but here all the 6 faces are identical and all the 6 faces are square. Okay, great. So in a cuboid or in a cube, ये वाला कैंसिल करते ना फिर लिया. ओके, सो सॉलिड शेप्स में नेक्स्ट शेप आता है या फिर नेक्स्ट सॉलिड आता है, दैट इज अ सिलेंडर. तो सिलेंडर में भी वी कैन सी देयर आर 2 फेसेस. एक तो कर्व्ड सरफेस है and there is a circular top and a bottom. So one curved surface and 2 circular faces which are identical. ऊपर और नीचे वाला face identical होता है, both are circles. Great. इसके बाद अगर हम surface area of a cuboid की बात करते हैं, then the surface area of a cuboid equals to the sum of the area of all its 6 rectangular faces. So total surface area of a cuboid is equal to twice of LB plus BH plus LH. ये हमने नेट के टाइम पे भी देखा था. अगर हम क्यूबॉइड का नेट बनाकर देखते हैं तो कुछ ऐसा दिखेगा. ठीक है, अगर इसमें इफ वी आर गोइंग टू कैलकुलेट व्हाट इज द टोटल सरफेस एरिया वेयर ऑल द डायमेंशंस आर गिवन, प्लीज डू दैट योरसेल्फ. यू विल बी एबल टू गेट द रिक्वायर्ड आंसर. Great. So the total surface area is twice of LB plus BH plus LH. And if we are just calculating the area of the 4 walls, खाली 4 दीवारों का एरिया निकालना है, तो that will be equal to twice of L plus B into H. Okay, या फिर perimeter of the floor multiply by H भी बोल सकते हो. इसका भी आपको नेट खुल के दिख रहा है. That these are the 4 walls which we are talking about, or इनके dimensions you can easily see and you can derive the formula using this net. Okay, so the formula which we have already discussed is twice of L plus B into H, or perimeter of the floor into H. Same goes for the surface area of a cube, which is equal to 6L square. With the net, again you can calculate it. Okay, and Now a question comes, find the total surface area of the following. So in this, the surface area is twice of 6 into 4 plus 4 into 2 plus 2 into 6. So twice of 24 plus 8 plus 12, which is twice of 24 plus 20 and twice of 44, which is 88 centimeter square. Same goes for the second one. ये भी easily calculate होगा. Now another question, a cuboidal oil tin is 30 by 40 by 50. Find the cost of the tin required for making such 20 such tins if the cost of the tin sheet is rupees 20 per square meter. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कैलकुलेट द टोटल सरफेस एरिया ऑफ वन सच टिन. तो एक ऐसे क्यूबॉइडल बॉक्स का कितना एरिया होगा? 30 इंटू 40 प्लस 40 इंटू 50 प्लस 30 इंटू 50. ओके, तो एक बॉक्स का एरिया 1200 प्लस 2000 प्लस 1500. ओके, सो 2 इंटू अगर मैं 1200 तो दैट इज 4700, which is equal to 9400. This is the total area of one such box. अगर मुझे ऐसे 20 बनाने हैं, so I'll multiply it by 20, which is equal to 188,000 centimeter square. So this is the total area जो मुझे चाहिए, और ऐसा बोला गया है 20 रुपए पर स्क्वायर मीटर्स में मुझे मिलेगा. लेकिन आई हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ द यूनिट ऑल्सो. सो यहां पर सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर है. टू कन्वर्ट इट इनटू मीटर स्क्वायर, 188,000 divided by 100 into 100. This is मीटर स्क्वायर. 3 0 यहां पर कटे एंड इट इज 18.8 मीटर स्क्वायर. ओके, अभी अगर मुझे नंबर टोटल लाइक मनी दैट आई द टोटल कॉस्ट आई हैव टू कैलकुलेट, आई विल मल्टीप्लाई इट बाय 20. ओके, सो इट विल बी इक्वल टू 376 rupees. Okay, great. Then surface area of a cylinder. So cylinder में आपको पता है that there are two planes. एक तो बेस वाला प्लेन होता है और एक साइड वाला प्लेन होता है या फिर कर्व्ड सरफेस का प्लेन होता है. So if we open the net, तो हमें क्या दिखने वाला है? एक तो अगर कर्व्ड सरफेस को ओपन करते हैं, it will be a rectangular sheet. And if we open the like the top and the bottom, it will be circles. So a right circular cylinder has two plane ends. Each plane end is a circular in shape and the two planes end are parallel, called as the base of the cylinder. Great. So the surface area, total surface area is equal to 2 pi r h plus r. And if we are talking about the lateral surface area or the curved surface area, that is 2 pi rh. We need to remember these formulas which are quite important. जब हम lateral surface area या curved surface area की बात करते हैं तो top और bottom lid को consider नहीं करते. Okay, great. So surface area का एक question देख लेते हैं. So find the height of a cylinder whose radius is 7 and the total surface area is equal to 968. So total surface area TSA से denote होता है, that is equal to 2 pi r h plus r. So the total surface area is given as 968 is equal to 2 into 22 by 7 into the radius is not known. No, radius is known, that is 7 into h plus 7. H is not known. So there is one equation and only one unknown is there. So 7 से 7 cut, 11 into 2, 11 into 8, 11 into 8. Okay, 4 22 से कटा, मतलब h is equal to 22 minus 7, which is 15 centimeters. That would be the correct answer. Okay, another question. Diameter of a base of a right circular cylinder. Diameter पता है that it is equal to 42. मतलब रेडियस इज इक्वल टू 21 सेंटीमीटर्स. हाइट हमें 10 सेंटीमीटर दी है, तो कर्व्ड सरफेस एरिया और टोटल सरफेस एरिया निकालना है. सो CSA कैसे निकालते हैं? 2 pi into r into h, that is 10. So 7 into 3, 21, and it will be equal to 6 to 12, 1320 centimeter square. Similarly, with the formula you can calculate the total surface area also. Okay, now let's move on to the last topic, that is volume, which is again quite important. So amount of space occupied by a 3D object is called a volume. Volume of a space region formed by a cube, each of whose side is 1 centimeter long, is called a cubic centimeter. और वो ही हमारी SI यूनिट आप कंसिडर करोगे. Okay, now volume of a cuboid क्या होता है? Amount of space occupied by a 3D object is called its volume. Now volume of cuboid is equal to length into breadth into height. तो अगर मैं इस cuboid की बात करूं, इसका volume कितना होगा? 12 into 4 into 1, that is 48 centimeter cube. इस cuboid की बात करूं तो 6 into 4 into 2, that is again 48 centimeter cube. और अगर इस cuboid की बात करूं 8 into 3 into 2, that is again 48 centimeter cube. तो बहुत सारे ऑब्जेक्ट्स अलग अलग हो सकते हैं जिनका वॉल्यूम डिफरेंट है. ओके, now so volume we have already talked about. Volume of a cuboid is equal to length into breadth into height, and we can see that length into breadth तो एरिया हुआ करता था. so अगर मुझे एरिया ऑफ द बेस दे रखा है और हाइट दे रखा है, उनको मल्टीप्लाई करके भी मैं वॉल्यूम का कैलकुलेशन कर सकता हूं. Similarly, if we are talking about a cube, the volume of a cube is length into length into length, क्योंकि सब चीजें सेम ही होती है उसमें. Okay, so L cube will be the volume of a cube. Okay, and if we are talking about the volume of a cylinder, that is area of the base multiplied with the height. So area of the base is a circle, so pi r square multiplied by the height, that is h. So volume of a cylinder is pi r square h. Great. Now let's do a few questions. So find the volume of the following cuboids. In this, volume would be 8 into 3 into 2, 8 3 24 into 2, that is 48 centimeter cube. Always remember to mention the units, otherwise marks will be deducted in the exam. ग्रेट. अगर मैं इसकी बात करूं द सेकेंड वन, इसमें बेस का एरिया दे रखा है और हाइट दे रखा है. सो क्या मैं एरिया ऑफ द बेस इनटू हाइट डायरेक्टली कर सकता हूं? बिल्कुल कर सकता हूं. इट विल बी 72 मीटर क्यूब. ग्रेट. अनदर क्वेश्चन, फाइंड द वॉल्यूम ऑफ द फॉलोइंग क्यूब्स विद द साइड 4. तो 4 का क्यूब, दैट इज 4 4 16 4 64 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब, और 15 का क्यूब, सॉरी 1.5 मीटर का जो भी क्यूब आता है, दैट विल बी द वॉल्यूम ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर क्यूब. Okay, now another example on cylinders. Find the volume of the following cylinder. Here the radius is given and the height is given. So pi, that is 22 by 7 into r square into h. So 7 से 7, 7 to 14, 1540 centimeter cube will be the final answer of the volume. इसकी अगर बात करें, इसमें मुझे क्या दे रखा है, दैट बेस का एरिया मल्टीप्लाइड विद द हाइट हम कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. सो बेस का एरिया इज 250 into 2, that is equal to 500 meter cube will be the final answer. Now, there is certain confusion between volume and capacity. Let's try to identify what the problem is. There is not much difference between these two words. So, volume refers to the amount of space occupied by an object, जितना space occupied हो सकता है या है, and the capacity refers to the quantity that a container can hold. ठीक है, तो कहीं ना कहीं सेम ही चीज है. If a water tin holds 100 centimeter cube of water, then the capacity of water tin is 100 centimeter cube. Okay, capacity is also measured in the terms of liters, and the relationship between liters and centimeter cube मैं यहाँ पर लिख देता हूँ, that 1 centimeter cube is equal to 0.001 liters, या फिर 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. ये conversion please आप सब याद रखें. Okay, so let's do a few more questions. So find the height of a cuboid whose volume is given and the base area is given. So हमें पता है that the volume is base area into height. So volume हमें दे रखा है 275, the base area is 25, height is not known. So height would be equal to 275 divided by 25, which is equal to 11 centimeters. As simple as that. There are a lot of questions which will be asked like this. So always remember this formula, that volume is equal to base area into height. Perfect. Okay, then another question. A rectangular paper of width 14 centimeter is rolled along its width and a cylinder of radius 20 centimeter is formed. So basically height of the cylinder would be equal to 14 centimeters. ओके यहाँ पर ऐसा ही लिखा है और उसका बेस रेडियस तो अलग से बता ही दिया है, दैट इज इक्वल टू 20. सो वी कैन से दैट द वॉल्यूम इज पाई आर स्क्वायर एच, मतलब 22/7 इंटू आर स्क्वायर, दैट इज 20 इंटू 20 into h, which is equal to 14. So 7 into 2 14, 8 to 16, 16 17 00, that is centimeter cube. मतलब 17600 centimeter cube would be the correct answer. Okay, and I would say that the last question for the day is how many 5 centimeter cubes can be obtained from a cube whose edge is 20 centimeters. तो इसमें भी हम volume का use करते हैं. First of all, we'll calculate the volume of the large cube. बड़ा वाला cube का volume निकाल लेंगे. 20 a cube होता है या l cube होता है, तो 8000. Volume of the small cube कितना होगा? 5 का क्यूब, छोटा वाला क्यूब तो 5 सेंटीमीटर का ही है. सो 125. नाउ डिवाइड दीज टू थिंग्स, मतलब 8000 डिवाइडेड बाय 125, दिस विल गिव यू द टोटल नंबर ऑफ क्यूब्स, जो कि दिस विल गिव यू द टोटल नंबर ऑफ क्यूब्स जो कि बन सकते हैं छोटे वाले. तो कैलकुलेशन 5 into 2 10, 5 5 25, 515 and 5 6 30 00. 25 से काट देते हैं, 25 into 6 150 और 100 बचा 4. So 64, a total of 64 cubes can be made with the help of this bigger cube. Okay, great. So I would say that that's all for this video, and I hope that we are able to understand different aspects of mensuration. Like we started with area and perimeter, then we moved on to the solid shapes, we calculated what is the surface area, lateral surface area, then the curved surface area, total surface area, and finally the volume of the object. So I'll see you in the next video then. Bye bye.